The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 3 cycles when the Velkari merchant vessel finally detected it. Captain Threen's mandibles clicked nervously as the translation matrix decoded the message. "It was from a human ship. Should we respond, Captain?" his navigator asked, her scales rippling with uncertainty. Threen hesitated. Humans, the Deathworlders. Everyone in the Galactic Council knew the stories. They came from a planet so hostile that it had tried to kill them at every evolutionary step. Gravity that would crush most species. An atmosphere with corrosive oxygen. Predators that hunted in packs. Weather systems that spawned destruction on a planetary scale. And yet, they had not only survived, they had thrived. "We respond," Threen decided. Council law is clear. All distress calls must be answered. What they found made Threen's blood run cold. The human vessel, a cargo hauler called the Persistence, hung dead in space, hull breached in a dozen places. But that wasn't what turned Threen's stomachs. Surrounding the wreckage were 3 Krathic raider ships, their weapons still hot, their cargo bays full of stolen goods and captured crew. The Krathic were known throughout the galaxy. Pirates, slavers, they preyed on merchant vessels in the outer systems where council patrols rarely ventured. They took what they wanted and left no witnesses. "Captain, we should leave," the navigator whispered. "If they see us..." "They've already seen us," Threen said quietly, watching as one of the raider ships began turning toward them. "Charge weapons. Prepare to..." The communication panel lit up. A Krathic commander appeared on screen, his 4 eyes gleaming with predatory satisfaction. "Velkari ship, you will surrender your vessel and crew or you will die. You have 10 of your seconds to decide." Threen looked at his crew, 23 souls, families waiting at home. He opened his mouth to give the order to surrender when another voice cut through the channel. "Krathic vessel. This is Sergeant Maria Chen of the United Earth Defense Force, broadcasting from the Persistence. You have 60 seconds to release the captured crew and surrender your ships." The Krathic commander laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "Your ship is destroyed, human. Your crew is in our holds. You are in no position to make demands." There was a pause. When Chen spoke again, her voice was different, colder. "I wasn't making a demand. I was giving you a chance." The channel went dark. Threen watched in horror as something detached from the Persistence's wreckage. Not a ship. Too small. Combat armor. A single human in powered armor drifting through space toward the nearest Krathic vessel. "One human?" the Krathic commander broadcast to his fleet. "Kill it." The raider ships opened fire. Plasma bolts lit up the void. Any one of them could have vaporized Threen's vessel. The human should have died instantly. Instead, she moved. Threen had never seen anything like it. The human twisted through the barrage with impossible precision, thrusters firing in bursts too quick for his eyes to follow. She closed the distance to the first raider in seconds. What happened next would haunt Threen's dreams for the rest of his life. The human didn't board the ship. She tore through it. Her armor's cutting torch carved through the hull like it was paper. Atmosphere vented in frozen clouds. Krathic bodies tumbled into space. She moved through the ship like a force of nature, methodical and unstoppable. The second raider tried to flee. The human launched herself through space, caught the ship's engine housing, and ripped it apart with her armor's enhanced strength. The ship went dark, drifting. The third raider managed to charge its weapons, targeting both the human and Threen's vessel. The human was faster. She activated something on her back, a magnetic accelerator that Threen's sensors barely detected before it fired. The projectile punched through the raider's bridge at a significant fraction of light speed. The ship didn't explode. It simply ceased to function, its command crew eliminated in a microsecond. Silence fell across the void. The human drifted back toward the wrecks, began cutting through the holds where the captured crew was kept. Threen watched as dozens of humans floated free, some in emergency suits, others being carried by their sergeant. Finally, Chen's voice came through again. "Velkari vessel. This is Sergeant Chen. The area is secure. Requesting assistance with casualty evacuation." Threen found his voice. "Sergeant, you were one person against 3 ships. How did I win?" Chen's voice carried something that might have been bitter amusement. "Captain, my ancestors survived the Great Dying. They walked across continents covered in ice. They stared down megafauna that could swallow them whole. They sailed across oceans not knowing if there was land on the other side. They went to space in tin cans held together with rivets and prayers. She paused. And when we got to space, we found out that the rest of the galaxy thinks our homeworld is hell. That we're the monsters that crawled out of the dark. Maybe they're right. But here's what they don't understand. We didn't send warships to answer your distress call. We sent a cargo hauler with a civilian crew and one soldier. Chen's armor drifted past Threen's viewport, scarred and scorched, covered in frozen atmosphere and debris. You want to know why Earth's Deathworlders didn't respond with mercy? Because mercy is what you show the helpless. Those Krathic weren't helpless. They were predators. And on our world, when you meet a predator, you have two choices. Threen could see her helmet through his viewport now, could see the cold determination in her eyes. You run, or you show them they're not the apex. As Threen's crew worked with the humans to evacuate casualties and secure the area, he realized something that would change his species' understanding of humanity forever. The galaxy had been wrong about Deathworlders. They hadn't survived Earth by becoming hard or cruel or merciless. They had survived by becoming something far more terrifying, unstoppable. And when they came to the stars, they brought that lesson with them. The Krathic had learned it the hard way. Threen suspected the rest of the galaxy would learn it eventually too. Humans didn't conquer through mercy or cruelty. They conquered through something simpler and more absolute. They simply refused to stop, ever.